We good to move it on to Super Sunday?
Yeah, we probably should, yeah.
It wasn't so super for Sheffield United. 5-0 defeat at home. Horrible tackle from Mason Holgate. And they've conceded 65 goals. That's absurd.
Yeah, I think it's most ever at this stage for a team in the Premier League on the 38-game season. I know Swindon might have conceded more when it was 42 games, but I don't know if they'd conceded more after 25. Swindon conceded 100, didn't they? In the 42 games. But Sheffield United are obviously en route to doing that.
Yeah. And yeah, for Brighton, impressive.
Who have they got in 27? Remind me.
Yeah, it's Arsenal, isn't it?
This is what I meant as well about, if United suddenly play in 29 as well, and it's Sheffield United at home.
Yeah.
The narrative gets spun so quickly. Most people can't get to Hoyland. People on Hoyland are obviously not moving it.
Yeah.
It'd almost be fascinating to see for Hoyland owners if United did have a fixture in 29, because I think it's almost an easy sell to Solanke in 27.
Yeah.
Sell for the Burnley game. Hoyland plays City, then Solanke's got the double. I get it. But if they played in 29, it becomes interesting.
It's a headache then.
Just go Solanke for 2 and then go back.
I think that's what I would do probably, yeah.
I mean, Everton over 28 is a good fixture as well. Any case, we digress. Yeah, they're woeful. Sorry to say.
Yeah.
And not helped by a coward's tackle.
I think that's the best way to put it. That was disgusting.
I think it's a coward's tackle. It's very rare I use that word.
He's done that a few times, though. He's got that in. I think
I shared this with our patrons last night as well. He got sent off. He's actually been sent off in 3 consecutive Premier League seasons,
is that right?
Which is amazing because I can't remember him fucking playing in 3 consecutive Premier League seasons. Summed up by the fact that he was on loan at Southampton in the Championship.
I didn't even know
sent
that.
away because he wasn't even getting in the team there. So why he's suddenly now going to be better for a team that's in the Premier League? Yeah, Sheffield United get handicapped in terms of what they could have done financially. A nude player from previous as well, so I get that. But that's not the first time he's even been sent off for that tackle.
Yeah.
He got sent off against Tottenham a couple of years ago. I knew I'd seen it somewhere, and it wasn't actually till a radio station that I don't really like. Someone had reshared something that they tweeted years ago, brought it to my attention. I went hunting for the clip. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
That kicked the ball and lunged through with 2 feet off the ground. He got sent off against us very late on in the game for a tackle against Pierre-Emile Højbjerg.
Did Højbjerg get injured? Because how Mitoma's not injured, I have no idea.
Mitoma was worse.
I have no idea how he's okay. Like, that was disgusting.
I like some of the Sheffield United players saying in interviews afterwards they thought it was harsh.
Really?
Someone from look, in real time, I get it. Because referee didn't send him off straight away. So
and
I can
that in
understand
itself is absurd.
No. But someone from the PR team should be saying, shut your mouth.
Yeah.
There's not a debate to be had about that. And I'm sorry. That was done with the intent
to hurt
an opponent. And that's not on.
No.
And when you're that shit already, if I was a Sheffield United player, I wouldn't be defending the red card. I'd be absolutely raging against his behaviour, which has meant I've had to go run around extra against one of
the hardest teams to do that against.
Yeah, they absolutely are. And they're a vulnerable team, Brighton, and they can be hurt.
They can be, yeah.
And you've just done that.
You've gone from having a chance to no chance, and it showed 5-0 in the end.
I mean, I'd said on our Patreon, on our Slack in the comments, I said Brighton should be hitting at least 5 here, and the only reason they don't is if they're lazy about it, basically.
Yeah.
And that's what they got. So it felt like about par with what they did. They could have got more. There's no point overly analysing this because of what Sheffield United did. But what we can say is they conceded 5 in the last 3 home games, which includes 2 games against Brighton. Obviously, the game against Aston Villa. They've also, since Chris Wilder went back, conceded 3 at home to Luton as well. And they conceded 2 at home to a West Ham team. Have only scored 1 in their other 5, and that was a penalty. So, yes, there will be a debate going into game week 27 about Bukayo Saka and whether Haaland can be taken on, I think, considering the improvements of United as well. I'll be honest, right now, it would probably still be Haaland for me.
Yeah, me too.
Because it's the Haaland home game.
Yep.
Don't want to argue.
Same.
But there'll be a debate definitely to be had there with Arsenal going to Sheffield United and a 9-day gap and a 5-day gap afterwards before you play Brentford as well.
Yeah. So
the spacing is really good, where I think it's reasonable to expect a 90 from Saka more than he got taken off at the weekend.
Yeah,
Could have got even more against Burnley, right? I know, Saka getting taken off. Was 2 games in a row,
2 games in a row, yeah.
What's going on here?
I know. He's post-Dubai. They've been a different team.
Yeah, they're shit. They're awful. And it's actually a real shame as well.
Talking about Sheffield United, they're not Arsenal.
Not Arsenal. I wish I could say that. No, Sheffield United. They actually did something really interesting tactically. We had James McAtee following Billy Gilmore around in the start of the game.
Pre-red card?
Yeah, I quite like this setup, and they obviously had to abandon it.
Sure.
For Brighton...
Stupinan. Oh, God, sorry.
I was just going to say Pascal Gross, firstly. 8 key passes and over 100 passes completed with a stupid pass completion number as well.
98%.
Yeah.
Like, I saw that.
When you're creating that volume of chances as well, it's not just...
it's not crab passing.
No, you're
absurd.
You're really creating stuff as well. So, yeah, I mean, it's phenomenal. And I think a lot of the attention obviously goes on the other players and stuff. He has been Brighton's most consistent player for 18 months now.
Yeah.
When actually was at a period, I think, where a lot of Brighton players had become Brighton fans had become uneasy about him actually before Roberto De Zerbi went in.
Okay.
He's shown him to be multifunctional, brilliant. The one beauty with him at the moment is I feel we've got more clarity on his positioning.
Yeah.
Like you could walk into he's going to play right back or left back. And you'd be like, this happening for?
A bit more consistent.
I told you they'd left themselves light in central midfield. This is the best two, Gross and Gilmore. And that will happen in the majority of games. Please be aware, after this weekend, Brighton go back to playing twice a week and the headache gets a lot worse, but he's doing really well. And that leads into a Stupinan.
Yeah.
Because shit just gets way more complicated. Can I explain to you why he's not played against Sheffield United away when you're obviously going to have so much of it? I don't know.
No.
When I say I like Sheffield United's opening stance, I didn't like Brighton's.
Okay.
With moving Webster from right back to right-sided centre-back. It felt like, it's Sheffield United, I can give Adam Webster minutes. That's what it felt to me, actually.
More than a tactical thing.
Well, no, I'm sure there was plenty of tactical observation in it. There was obviously keep Adingra hired as kind of this hybrid right wing back. And Tariq Lamptey obviously played really high on the left-hand side, which was allowing Mitoma to get into the sort of areas where the right-sided centre-back comes out of position and tries to decapitate the poor fella.
Yeah.
But I actually didn't like that setup, ironically, from them originally. Once it goes down to 10 men, it doesn't matter. It's made getting this Stupinan really difficult.
Yep.
I think those who own, you just got to suffer it. Take your medicine and crack on. I wouldn't be buying Tariq Lamptey at this perspective either. I actually think, ironically, that Brighton are probably not the solution this week. Like when I think about Mitoma or Adingra and what will happen after this weekend versus Hwang, Neto, Odegaard solutions, no, I think the Brighton assets actually come behind it for me. I wouldn't be surprised if Everton go to Brighton and get a result at the weekend.
Okay.
We'd said this last week, Sheffield United and Everton might not be favourable for Brighton. This became very favourable for Brighton because of the action of one idiot.